Hello. Today I'm going to address a common question. Many people ask, especially, I'm writing fiction, and nonfiction is more popular. How can I get noticed as a fiction author? And unfortunately, to be the bearer of bad news, I am telling you that nonfiction and fiction is not much of a difference. Now, there's also there'll also be some encouragement to you because you have to look at what encourages people to buy. And online they call it social proof, or you can just call it validation. Okay? So let's look at a grocery store. You go to a grocery store, you see someone sampling chips or bread or energy drinks, and they're doing that to generate interest. And to draw that correlation as an author, it's going to be in your best interest to give away free books. I had a hard time accepting that when I wrote my first book, Reaching the Finish Line, A Practical Guide to Discovering the Champion in You. I thought, I spent so much time writing this book, and you're telling me I need to give it away for free? So I can understand. I can understand the reality you have to face in that regard, regarding giving away your book. But that's a form of marketing. When a person is selling an energy drink or they're selling a chip product, they know that if they give away so many samples, their return on investment is going to be greater over time, because more and more people are trying it. The people who are liking it are suggesting it to other people to try. So now a person who maybe tried that, who tried those chips in a supermarket, they're telling their friend, and their friend believes their friend believes them because they have credibility. So their friend buys the product without even trying it, because based off of their friend's recommendation, they think it's good. Well, it's the same thing with reviews. Whether you're fiction or nonfiction, but even fiction more so, it's about getting lots of reviews. That's how you get noticed. The great thing about fiction is you can get your book optioned to become a movie. You can do that with nonfiction, but it's more prevalent in fiction. You have these things like To Kill a Mockingbird, Cloud Atlas, those types of movies that were initially books. So that is a huge plus for being a fiction author. Look at J.K. Rowling, with the Harry Potter series. Initially started as a book, now it's movies and much more than that. But you may ask, well, how do I get the reviews? Well, first of all, if you have a good support group, if you have family and friends, let's start there. If they really believe in you, if they're really your friend, or they really care about you as a loved one, and they want to support you, they could simply buy your book. Let's say on Amazon, you could mark it down to 99 cents. They count that as verified purchases, and when people look at the reviews and they see verified purchase, that tells the person who is considering your book that a person actually bought your book and reviewed it. They just didn't get a free copy from someone for a review, because that's common as well. But they actually bought the book and reviewed it. If you can get a significant amount of verified book purchases on Amazon, that's really going to help. There's many people, including myself, and where before I even think about even borrowing a book from the library or buying a book or even interviewing somebody on my show, I go to Amazon and look at their reviews. If they got 5 reviews, I'm not as motivated as author who has a book that has 100 reviews. So those types of things matter, and it's those same things that encourage uh, film production company to offer you a deal, or encourage a book publisher to see the potential in you and offer you a six-figure multi-book deal. It's things like that I want you to keep in mind. So whether it's fiction or nonfiction, it all comes down to reviews. And the more reviews you have, the better success you're going to have. There are exceptions, obviously. You can have a huge email list and no one leaves a review, and you can still sell a lot of books, you know? But you might not get noticed, because if they leave a review, then you don't have that social proof. And the social proof is important. And it definitely plays a part, especially if you want, as a fiction author, to uh, uh, get your book option for movie deals, or if you want to get offers from book publishers who may want to work with you on multiple book projects, or if you want to go to the level of merchandising like Harry Potter, it starts with that social proof. Um, my first book, Reaching the Finish Line, has 14 reviews, and it's 4.1 stars on Amazon, which is not bad. It's good. It doesn't scare people. It doesn't dissuade people from buying the book. However, one thing that really helped is I was leveraging other platforms. I did a lot of features, so I was featured on Fast Company, I was featured on Fox News, I was featured on Mashable, I was featured on Houston Chronicle, Inc. magazine. So I took a different approach. But the advice I suggest to you is, considering that if you had no email list, or if you had no media connections, just to focus on getting reviews through leveraging platforms like Goodreads.com, book clubs, contacting libraries in your area. So not only, if you're in a big city, you can do multiple libraries within that city. But if you're in a smaller city, libraries within a certain mile radius area. And that is a few ways how you can gradually build your readership.